Thank you very much. Now we're going to bring up the fifth and final speaker, the whip for the proposition side, to close their arguments, Aaron Hauptman.
So thank you to everyone. This has been a really interesting debate. Thank you to my team for traveling across the Atlantic Ocean with me to come to this debate. Thank you, Mr. Chairman and Honorable Timer, for all of your hard work. Thank you to the jury, and thank you for our American family for their beautiful Thanksgiving dinner that they've given us. So, I want to start off by reminding you of what exactly our definition of culture was. And there were two major requirements that went along with it. To have a uniquely American culture, the opposition side would have had to get up here and show you that there was something ubiquitous and uniform throughout the entire United States that was truly American. They can't point to something that's Texan and something else that's from New York and something else that's from Hawaii and call this slathering together American culture. And second, they wouldn't need to show you a clear demarcation between American culture and other cultures. At a certain point, if something American has spread throughout the globe, it's not American anymore, it's global. They haven't been able to do that. So unsurprisingly, the questions that I want to ask to crystallize this debate is there anything that the opposition has convincingly shown us that everyone who calls themselves American can call their own? And second, is there anything that Americans and only Americans can call their own? So as to the first, I want to take you guys on a road trip throughout America with me. This is going to be a lot of fun. So we're going to start off in New York City, in the inner city, and I think that the greeting you're going to get is, "Sup, dog?" And then you're going to get a slice of pizza and you're going to move on. And you're going to listen to some rap music while you're there. So then let's drive a little bit further.
At that point, sir?
Not right now. So let's drive a little bit south to the state of Mississippi, or as I like to call it, planet Mars, and as you'd like to call it, hell on earth. I don't think that this place, Mississippi, shares anything in common with New York. Frankly, I'm not going to go into what happened when you went to Mississippi, because I, as a Jersey boy, not right now, have never really been there, and I don't really ever want to, because it's not the same culture as mine. It's a foreign planet. So next we're going to go to Texas. The greeting you're going to get is, "Howdy, y'all. How y'all doing?" And then you're going to have some barbecue with George W., and then he's going to lasso some cattle for you. I don't think this shows anything in common with New York. Now let's go to California. Cowabunga, dudes! Let's all go surfing. It's not the same place. And let's not forget about Hawaii and Alaska. Let's cross the Pacific Ocean to the, not right now, let's cross the Pacific Ocean to the other part of America. You're going to get a greeting of aloha, and you're going to drink a delicious Mai Tai. These places have nothing in common. So now I ask you, what if this road trip had been through Europe? Certainly it would have looked very different. Yeah, I'll take you in just 1 second. So certainly this road trip would have been very different. But what wouldn't have been different is that each stop you took would have had extreme differences. And just as there is no overarching European culture that ties together France and Germany, there is no overarching American culture. Yes, sir?
First of all, great trip. I loved it. But don't you think it's a little bit too much stereotypical and it's not really impacting?
So here's the thing, I don't know if you've ever been there, but a lot of these stereotypes, while they're exaggerated, do reflect reality to a large extent. I've traveled across the United... No, thank you, I just took one. I understand that it's easy to say that these things are stereotypes, but the fact of the matter is, there's a lot of truth behind these stereotypes. So let's compare this to what our European road trip would have looked like. We would have gone to France and we would have had French culture, and then we would have gone to Germany and we would have had German culture, not right now. And I don't think that any self-respecting German would look you in the face and say that they share a European culture with Greece. This is the parallel. Just as there is no overarching European culture, there is no, not right now, there is no overarching American culture. No Texan would ever tell you that they share a culture with New York. And yes, it's true. The opposition got up there and said, but you're all together and you can talk to each other. And it's true, yes, we can talk to each other. Although as Brian and Connor showed you, we really don't talk to each other that much. Not right now. And so can France and Germany. But the fact of the matter is, being able to talk to each other doesn't make us the same and doesn't give us the same culture. So the second way that there's nothing ubiquitously American is ethnic differences. I'm Jewish, and my experience of eating corned beef sandwiches every day really can't be compared to Brian's or Charlotte's. It's not the same thing. It's all very well and good to say that we can all integrate and get along, but the fact of the matter is this hasn't happened. Since the 19th century, ethnic groups have self-segregated to a very large extent, and the integration really just hasn't taken place unless if it's been legislated, and frankly, that hasn't happened in Alabama until a couple weeks ago. As Brian told you, integration is happening less and less because of economic differences and the differences between urban and rural areas. So what are the things that they present to you as possibilities? They tell you about the American dream and American ideals. So the fact of the matter is, these ideals don't reflect reality. I don't think that your average person has ever been able to actually work themselves up out of poverty. And because of this, I don't think that people believe in it anymore. I don't think that an urban student going to school in an inner city believes in the American dream anymore. Because the fact of the matter is the American dream is a lie. It's a myth. Then they talk about entrepreneurship. However, the fact is the culture at Silicon Valley and an oil field really have nothing in common. And second, I would tell you that the culture at Silicon Valley doesn't compare to people in Alabama who don't share this virtue of entrepreneurship. It's not something ubiquitous. Further, I tell you that the whole world has become more economic. Finally, they told you about global pop culture, and this is global. The fact of the matter is that if something is no longer uniquely American, it cannot be called American culture. At that point, it's just global culture. Thank you, and we're proud to propose the motion.